Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of September, right through the end of October 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. Also, I've just brought back the competition for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So with that in mind, let's get straight to your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Now, I don't know if you noticed with the guide chimes, there was a consistency. I feel like you're quietly going on with your work and reflecting on your progress and how you can make a difference. That's just the energy that came through there. Let's see what's going on with the cards to see what's going on for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to be aware of? We've got the Hierophant there. So you know what you're about. You know what to do. You're someone who's very knowledgeable in the role that you're in. You're already quite established at what you do. So I feel a lot of you, it is about maintaining that structure and working through the projects systematically. I was just given by my guide systematically as to what you normally do every day. So this is the protagonist energy. Also, some of you may be learning at the same time as earning. So you could be putting yourself on a course to get a qualification, certification. Look, we got this energy here of, quiet reflection. Some of you may be, under the grid, working on something quietly, perhaps secretly squirreling yourself away to do something extra, maybe to advance, or perhaps you are, connecting to something in your own spare time in order to launch something different, new, bold, and daring. But I feel like you could be just diligently working and, acquiring new knowledge because you already have a lot of knowledge. The High Priestess is an energy of being intuitive, but also being open to, new knowledge or educating yourself in some way. And the Hierophant also indicates that you already have natural knowledge or you're already very established. I mean, these cards can indicate that the partnership of the two, because you have the Lover's card there as well, when you apply this to a career or money reading, it can be that, you're doing what you know already. You're open to learning more in order to advance, intuitively making some moves. But we also have that Lover's card, which can be a card, of course, of duality. It means that the partnership of the two going to help you advance, move forward, but also this can be a co-alliance. So it can be that you are doing something already right now, but maybe you are plotting, planning, or even currently in motion with something that will complement what you do already in order to bring in second streams of income. Okay, so there's a lot going on right now. I feel a lot of you, this could also be a partnership. Some of you may be contemplating a partnership with someone you know. Because the Hierophant is there, this could be you working with your partner in a business. Maybe it's something you're launching or something you already do. And if it's not, it can be that, you are trying to partner up with the right companies or the right clients or customers in order to do what you love and establish yourself at that and just maintain and sustain what you're doing already. But let's get to the rest of your cards to see what else is going on there. Three of Swords, it's hard right now. Whatever it is you're doing, you're exhausted and it's a challenge. I feel like you're mentally taxed, as in, you know, you have a lot going on in that beautiful brain of yours, a lot on your to-do list, and it's about prioritizing what's important at this time. But the Three of Swords can indicate, of course, that there has been challenges or even miscommunications in the working environment, and you're trying to move through this. I mean, Three of Swords is always my brainstorming, problem-solving card, so it can be that you're trying to work something out. Three of Swords doesn't always mean heartbreak or sadness. It just can be that there's something on your mind and you're finding things a little bit difficult right now, and, you know, there's more and more work piling up, and it just feels like a challenge. And a lot of you are exhausted there, definitely in need of a break. You've got two withdrawal cards here, Two of Wands, High Priestess. This can indicate that you've been running on empty, holding it all together. And I feel this is something that has come up a lot for you recently. We've got the King of Swords here. Interesting. We've got the King of Swords and the King of Wands. Again, there is this sense of duality. So either it's two people working together, maybe as a team if you work for a company, or perhaps this is you if you work for yourself, being your own boss. It could be that you are outsourcing some of the things that you do in order to streamline more effectively your time. Whether that's like to an accountant, a tax advisor, you know, some sort of service that helps you align your diary, scheduling, for example. So please take it as it resonates. We've got a Queen of Swords there as well. So strong partnership vibes going on there. Now, if you work for a company, this could be that someone from the team actually leaves because they're on maternity leave, which means you may be picking up the slack or taking extra work there, and that could be hard. But if you are someone who runs your own company, it could be that perhaps you're putting things on pause or getting things in motion where, especially if you're pregnant, because we do have the Queen of Swords there. Now, normally the Queen of Swords is not a pregnant card, but there is literally a pregnant figure on this card, so I have to honor this deck there as well. But it can be that you're choosing when is the right time for maternity leave, and in the next 6 weeks, a lot of you may be, you know, taking that maternity leave and having a well-earned rest before baby arrives. Whether you work for yourself or not, whether you work for a company, congratulations if that's you. I feel, you know, this is about you taking that time and knowing that if you want to return to the working environment in a certain capacity, I feel like you will be able to. But actually, during maternity leave, for some of you, and of course this is not going to resonate with all of you, this is just coming through, so apply it if it resonates with you. You're going to have some wonderful ideas during pregnancy about starting up your own business, and you may actually go solo or start something that co-aligns with, you know, some other employment that is maybe contractual in some way. So that's just coming out there. Something to think about because you have a vision of going solo and you're going to get super creative. Okay, now removing myself from the energy because of course not everybody is going to resonate with that. It was in this order. A lot of you are trying to be a little bit more independent in the working environment and maybe even acquire new knowledge in order to set up your own business or go solo. If that's you, you're going to be super creative, very powerful, pushing through, and I feel like you're going to be very successful indeed. You're going to love it. Okay, of course, it's a lot, but you're up to the challenge, and I feel like you are going to find lots of opportunities coming on in here. You're going to attract a lot of attention or a lot of clients or customers or whatever it is that you do, service, goods, you know, whatever it is. I feel like you're going to get a lot of attention and people are going to love what you're about, okay? So if you're currently trying to set up your own business, yes, it's hard, but there may be a legal structure or entity that you have to get organized on. I mean, this is a card of paperwork, filling in forms, applying for things. So it could be legal structures that you're connecting to because often this is a tried and tested kind of structure or legal entity there. So it could be something that you are trying to get off the ground or strategize right now. And, you know, it's like something is in the planning stages because this can be aspects of self, doesn't have to be, you know, people. I want you to be aware of that. I will pull a card because there is a partnership card there as well. So if you work as a team, you know, of course, this could align with people being off and you having to pick up the slack, whether it's through maternity leave or whether it's someone leaving or someone, being off unwell, taking some time to heal there. It can be that you're going to be picking up some extra slack. Or maybe it's people are away, on a vacation, for example, taking some time off. So my beautiful Virgo, I see a lot of you taking up the slack on that, but I feel this could be aspects of self. King of Swords is the planning stages of something, the strategy, and the King of Wands is now you kind of like moving into the action part where you're launching it, you're releasing it, completing it, just doing it, because this is a card of action. So I feel this could be, that you are going through the stages of something and then mapping the progress on it with that Two of Wands, and you're going to love the progress because I feel like you're doing a great job. It helps you be more free with whatever it is that you're doing. And this is an opportunity coming on in, something that you will be celebrating. Knight of Cups is something that's offered to you that is in alignment with your dreams and your goals, okay? Something that you'll love and grab with both hands there. Something that makes you feel secure and is going somewhere, that you're literally making a difference, okay? Now, also, I feel for some of you, if you work in an industry where you could be headhunted, I definitely see here that someone admires your work ethic. They admire your passion, your tenacity, your skill set, and your talent. So you could be offered something based on that. And it could be that you're poached from one company to another if you work for a company. But also if you're an independent worker, it could be that someone loves what you're about and wants to employ your services and they become a long-term client. They're searching for independent workers is what I'm seeing there. So if you have your own independent business or you're launching one, I feel like you're going to get someone who celebrates what you're about and your work ethic. And they use word of mouth to actually get more people into your business. So that's really exciting there. Now, I want to address anyone who is currently out of work, who is currently searching for an opportunity. I feel a lot of you, it's been hard. You're actually very knowledgeable of what you do. You're very established. And some people may have said that you're overqualified, okay? But this is a very archaic way of saying we love your skill set and we want to hire you, but if you take less money than you deserve, then we totally snap you up. But as you probably value your skill set, you're probably not going to be into that. So I feel you're waiting for the right role that pays you the right money and respects your skill set, okay? With the Three of Swords, yes, it's hard, okay? There may have been a lot of doors closed or a lot of radio silence and you've been applying and it's just not been going anywhere. King of Swords, you're not giving up, but you're still keeping your eyes peeled. Suddenly there is a role coming on in because, I feel like you're established in whatever it is that you do to a very high degree. This card literally means you're a pro at what you do. Even if you're in a role right now or you're searching for a role, you are really knowledgeable, you're a pro, okay? You're someone who is established, you have a lot of experience, and you're looking for something that excites you, that is on the same level of what you either just left or what you're about, I feel like you're moving into a role that is the same level. Doesn't feel like a promotion here. So even if you work for a company and you're searching for a role, it feels like you could be offered something that's on the same level that you're on right now. It feels like a sidestep or a move into a different sector that's just more exciting, but the status is still somehow the same. But if you're currently out of work, whether it was that you're made redundant or walked away from a very toxic environment, and some of you right now, you are in a role and you're quietly quitting that role in order to go for a new role here, you're going to love it, this new role. There's definitely something coming on in here, okay? The King of Wands indicates it's, as I said, the same kind of level that you were at. It feels like you're going to be more passionate in this role, more independent, more of an influencer. You get to take the lead in this role. Could be managerial, but it really feels like you have the experience and the leadership skills to make this role your own. It's something you're passionate about, a lot of hands-on energy. I'm also seeing a big old bag of money with that in the water. I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing a reading. Now, you don't have any pentacle cards, so it doesn't mean that like finances are not your focus, because of course they are. But the King of Wands is like you make an impact in this role. And the Knight of Cups tells me it's a dream job opportunity, something that, helps you be in the flow. It's a role that's attracted to you and your skill set and what you're asking for financially, but also it's a role that you're attracted to for the ability to move up in the role or advance in some way. And it's something that is offered to you where you feel not just comfortable, but also challenged in the right way, nurtured in the right way. And I feel that this is quite exciting. I mean, the Knight of Cups normally means that whilst money is important, you're not focused on the money. It's more of a love for what you do that's important. And I feel, of course, a lot of you personally, as well as in terms of your business, you're educating yourself on money making matters, generational wealth being one of them. Okay, it could be that you're learning about that. But ultimately, if you're searching for a role, I feel there is a dream job opportunity coming on in. Now, it's really interesting because you have the Lover's card there. It can highlight that you have a choice. Okay, but what I'm seeing here is you kind of detaching from one thing or maybe one idea of what it is that you want, because somehow I'm getting this energy that these two are connected and that this is very separate. And this could be that you are doing something where there is a co-alliance or working for a company, for example, but also doing something alone. I mean, it even is reflected in this card, which is normally what this card doesn't mean. Normally it means unity and coming together, but it is your choice. The Lover's card used to be called the choice card, but there's that figure detaching. So I feel some of you, there is this energy of going solo, being your own boss on something creative. So it could be something that you're doing on the side that is very creative, that complements whatever it is that you're about to be offered in terms of a long-term contract. Okay, or even if you're out of work and you're searching for a role, there is one coming on in, that's for sure. Okay, something you're going to love. But also, in the meantime, it could be that you are bubbling up with ideas and strategizing and structuring a business idea of your own. It's going to be very lucrative indeed, and it complements what you are about to sign on the dotted line with as a long-term contract. So I want you to be aware of that. And congratulations, because it is coming in, and I feel like you've waited a long time. I mean, the fact that the Hermit energy is there, that's the Virgo card, it's like they want to hire you. You're in the room for a reason. You know, they see your resume, they love what you're about, they see that you're passionate, they just want to basically see if they can work with you, you know, as a person. And I feel like they're going to love you. So remember that about yourself, and you're going to be offered the role quite quickly, actually, after that. But don't forget that idea to do something on your own, or, you know, be your own boss, or set up. I just heard set up as a director. So it could be you're being a director of your own company, or a CEO, for example, of your own company. Don't forget that, because I feel that will also be very lucrative for you. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but I feel like you're up to the challenge, okay? Now, for the rest of you, the Hierophant is an energy of structure, same old thing, just a different day, something you know, something that's familiar to you, okay? So I feel a lot of you are maintaining and sustaining, but also open to new knowledge, because this is a card of, you know, wanting to be in training or getting some advice or information that is passed down from someone who already has, like, been in a position that you've been in. So this could be that you like have a really important conversation. If you work for a company, it could be with the CEO of the company. It could be that you're in the elevator with this person. Suddenly they give you a piece of advice or acknowledge you or invite you to something. Because this card can indicate people in positions of authority noticing who you are and what you're about, and really like curious about your work and wanting to offer you something because they see a part of themselves in you and they want to help you aspire to reach the levels within the company that you aspire to be working in. For some of you, this could be someone who's really advanced and knowledgeable, or even kind of iconic in your industry. So if you work for yourself, for example, whether you're a performer or an artist, or you work in construction, or you're an architect or a caterer, could be someone who's really well known that perhaps you connect with on social media, or perhaps, you know, has been following your journey, knows what you're about. If you're getting yourself out there, promoting yourself, allowing yourself to be seen, there could be a connection where they kind of like something or make a comment or just acknowledge that you are a force to be reckoned with and someone who is to be watched in the industry as you rise. So I definitely see something going on there for you, because we have that King of Swords, which is an energy of being watched, okay, being tapped for greatness, or being viewed as someone who is very good at what you do. Remember, this is a pro card, And it can be that they see that this is a very challenging environment right now and they want to elevate you. So that's coming out very strongly. Or it could be that you reach out and connect to someone who is well known in the industry that you admire, and you say, look, this is what I'm about right now. It's what I'm trying to move forward with. As you know, it's challenging. You've been there, done that. You've conquered the obstacles. You're at the top of your game. It can be that, you reach out to say that you admire this person and how far they've come in a very challenging industry. And it's not going to fall on radio silence. They're actually going to reach out and say, thanks so much. That means a lot. People rarely reach out and compliment. So I'm really grateful that you've done that. It really means a lot. And you know what? I'm going to be at this convention on this date. Come along. Here's a free pass. Or, I'll give you a piece of advice that really helped me through dark times in the industry. And they give you something that is like a nugget of gold, or they actually open up a door for you. I'm really feeling that very strongly. So, if there's someone you admire, reach out. I feel there is, some sort of communication there where they give you a hand up or give you something that really helps open an idea or a door for you there, okay? Now, reeling this all back, of course, this can indicate that you have a lot on your mind and a lot on your to-do list, and there's a structure that you're just following. It feels a lot like you know what you do and you're really good at it, you're a pro, but it may feel like there's some sort of repetitive cycle or routine that you're either feeling a little bit frustrated with, or, it just feels like it's hard to be inspired. And for some of you, you've got like wonderful ideas, but perhaps you have a gatekeeper who, whenever you like filter out an idea to your boss, they go, yeah, that's great. And then they just ignore it. Or they may even try to take your idea for their own and pass it off as, great idea that they had. If you're an entrepreneur or you run your own business, it can be that it's hard to get into the inner circle, or it's hard to become noticed in your industry. It feels like there's gatekeepers there, but you're actually going to have a breakthrough and really be seen for what you're about. I would also say if you're, communicating in any shape or form, or you're being given a brief, or you have a meeting, an appraisal, get everything in writing. If you're getting a quote for something to do with your business, get it in writing. Three of Swords can be a misunderstanding, or people not really knowing the facts, or even listening when it comes to, what you're about or what is being discussed. So just be mindful of that. Three of Swords and the King of Swords can also be an energy of you personally deciding to improve communication skills and really listening to the undercurrent. If you're already a boss, it could be that you are, really intuitively listening to your workers if you have people working for you. And it can be that you're looking at areas where they're struggling and offering them training, for example, or offering them support. But also, on a personal level, a lot of you, no matter what you're doing, I feel like you may be trying to have an idea or brainstorm, because this can be finding a solution or brainstorming there with that Three of Swords. You may be trying to find a way to get something up and running that's automated, that brings in passive income. So this could be a brainstorming period where you're like, how can I utilize the internet? Because you've got two sets of swords there. Swords are connected to air, the ether, the internet. So it can be that you're strategizing an idea that perhaps other people have been doing, but you're putting your own unique spin on it, where you automate something or put it up online and it generates some sort of wealth there. It's not you being lazy, it's you being clever in some way to utilize technology. I mean, a lot of you may also be purchasing new tools or technology in order to help you advance or streamline your time so you can be more efficient. And I feel this is about you kind of blending your energies to co-align, or blending your options to co-align so you can get the best out of your working environment and make things work for you rather than you have to consistently work for it, if that makes sense. I mean, some of you, if you are an independent worker, you may be, tweaking your website or even launching a website. For some of you, getting business cards up and running. This is a card of communication. So I would also say this could be you kind of like announcing something about your business, or launching something, or soft launching, or, basically flyering. For some of you, it could be that you're marketing your business in some way and it's really hard to get noticed, but you will get noticed for what you're about. King of Swords in the protagonist energy indicates that you have a strategy, you're sticking to it at this moment in time, you're focused on your projects, you're being super organized, structured, and productive, and you're serious about your goals. You've set an intention and you're locked on. And yes, it's hard, but I feel like you have some sort of structure that you are maintaining at this time in order to keep on moving forward. Now, we also have the High Priestess, and this is a card that's in the resistance position at first. So this can indicate that for some of you, it can be that you're keeping a secret, okay? I got to give it to you straight. And the secret, it doesn't feel like it's detrimental to anybody here. It can be, for some of you, not all of you, some of you may have just started a new position and you may be pregnant, okay? And it can be that you're keeping that hush-hush for now because you're just getting yourself established in the working environment. That's not going to resonate with all of you, of course, but I feel, this is going to be really well received when you do communicate it to people. There may be one person who kind of detaches from you a little bit and is like, let me work out the math there. Okay, so you got this. Okay, so they're not going to do anything about it. But at the same time, I feel like you are secure in your role, regardless of that circumstance. So I'm going to remove myself. It just popped in there, so I had to honor it. A lot of you may be, as I said, taking maternity leave, if that's you right now, in order to take a rest, but you're going to have some wonderful ideas about doing your own business. And it could even be, an onset idea because of the experiences you've had in pregnancy. Okay. But again, I'm going to remove the energy there. A lot of you, it's almost like you're gaining new knowledge because you're doing something in secret or off grid right now in order to further your career or get a qualification that opens you up to new possibilities and new money, okay? In order to do something that you love. So a lot of you, I got to give it to you straight. It can be that you're doing something that's on autopilot, that you're just showing up, doing what you got to do because there's something that perhaps you are educating yourself on off grid or under the radar or on your own time that you want to advance with, and this is just a means to an end. We've all done it. Some of you are connecting to that at this time, and you're going to be so successful, okay? And whatever it is that you are educating yourself on or getting a qualification in, you're going to get that qualification, you're going to move forward, and it's going to be a raging success. So I want you to be aware of that. And of course, it's hard because you're doing two things, so it feels like you're doing more than two things. You're trying to run your life as well. But if that's you, it is literally going to be a ripple effect in your life that is going to help you be free, because we have that beautiful little bird. A lot of you, on a personal level, removing career and everything out of it, you're trying to be free financially. So it can be that you're taking down debt, or, you're giving a little bit to your financial commitments at this time and trying to save a little bit as well. It may be small moments, but these will build because you have a lot of builder cards here, foundation cards. So I feel like you're going to be really proud of yourself that you were strict with your finances, because the Hierophant there can be a very strict card, especially with that King of Swords. It's like you're casting a critical eye over your finances, and although it's hard, you're going to make sure that you save a little bit this month, for example, and just be stricter with yourself. Doesn't mean you're going to cut anything out per se. It could be that you're finding better deals, that you are just keeping your eyes peeled for better opportunities as to where to spend your money at this time. But coming back to this High Priestess energy, also this is about you being very intuitive in your working environment and, making the right moves in according to your gut instinct. Now, this card is a review card as well. So some of you, if you work for a company, you could actually have an appraisal or review period during this period. And it can be that it's setting you up for some sort of new project or something that you're enthusiastic about or excited about. It's something that goes really well. This review period, I feel whoever is giving the review is on your side. And I feel like you're singled out for some sort of reward or something that's going to be offered to you. For some of you, it could be a bonus or a commission or a raise. But when you have the Knight of Cups there, It's more about you feeling like you're making a difference or an impact. I mean, financially, it would be nice too. I'll have to pull a card on finances to see if I'm being given any pentacles. Doesn't mean you're not focused on your pentacles. It just means that, you know, you are reviewing where you feel like you're at right now, or you're going to have a conversation with your boss if you have a boss to see where you're going to put your energy to next and how you want to evolve within the company. So there could be, if this review period is going ahead for you with your boss, there could be like an alternative role opening up for you where you kind of sidestep, or the role status is kind of the same. You have responsibilities, but it's much more exciting. It feels like you can be more independent in this role, and it's more of a standalone role because we have that hermit energy. I mean, people may dip in occasionally to check in on you, but it just feels like it's a very exciting role where you can be very hands-on and you're very passionate about it. And if you are, you know, an independent worker or you work for yourself, this could be that you're learning new skills in order to advance, or new technology in some way, and you're reviewing how far your company has gone or how well your company has done. So some of you, this could be like end of year period where you're getting all the receipts, or maybe you're someone who's staying on top of the administrative tasks and like doing your usual review monthly or quarterly in order to get everything in order. I mean, no matter what you do, whether you work for a company or for yourself, this is a card of being very connected to data and to administrative tasks, you know, technology, spreadsheets, receipts, graphs, all of the stuff, right? On top of invoices, statements, correspondence, getting back to people. I would say for some of you, if there's someone that you've been chasing for something, you're still going to wait. So if you're an independent worker, freelancer, for example, and someone has not paid you, okay, you may have to chase this a little bit more. And for some of you, you may even have to give them a little bit of a nudge by saying, okay, legally, I've given you a certain amount of time, and now I am going to refer this to a governing body in order to get this resolved. I don't want to go down that route, but it's on the table if you don't kind of move forward with this, and suddenly you get paid. Okay, so I feel like the way you do it is diplomatic because, of course, the King of Swords is very businesslike, very detached, business but diplomatic, and says, this is the truth. I'm leading with integrity. Please pay me for something that, because the High Priestess, if you look at from my position, she's looking to the past. So it can be that something that you have been paid for in the past, it will come through, but you may need to chase it one more time. Two of Wands is there. I mean, I hate to give you that message, but I know it happens out there. I mean, you know, I was a freelancer myself many years ago as well. I've done it all, believe me. And, you know, sometimes I had to chase a payment for like a year before I got it. And I was like, I need to eat. I need to pay the bills. I did the work. Like, what gives? And, you know, they just were radio silence for a very long time. And then suddenly, weirdly, you know, a new project came in that they were like, oh, you know what? Yeah, we're looking into the payment. It seems like it got lost in the system. We don't know how we didn't, you know, get your calls and your emails and all of those like correspondence that you were frantically sending through eventually. But we got a new project. Would you like to work for us? And I said, okay, show me the contract and pay me for the last one. And then they paid me. And then I looked at the contract and said, thank you so much, but no thank you, because I thought they're going to repeat a cycle. I needed the money, but I needed to value myself at the same time. Okay, so, you know, for some of you, if you're a freelancer, you could be going through something like that. And although it's a challenge, you may actually remove yourself from their energy or doing business with them until you get paid, is what I'm seeing. But you will get paid. Okay, so if that's you, sending you a huge hug out there, a little bit of a delay, but I actually feel like this person who has not paid you, this company, they actually have a valid reason. And the valid reason is the person who is dealing with your account or with your invoice either no longer works for the company and like filed your invoice and it genuinely has got lost, because there's a lot of truth energy here. So it feels like they're not doing anything sneaky. And it could also be that it's been mislaid. So do chase it, okay? Now, for the rest of you, I feel this is about your plans and you mapping your plans. It's not like nothing is happening over the next coming weeks. I just feel like you're brainstorming or you are strategizing and planning something. Two of Wands is like an energy of aligning yourself with your plans, also checking in with yourself. Of course, it's a review period, so this could be a personal review, on your finances or your company if you run your own company, or a review period at your company if you work at a company for someone else, for example. But the Two of Wands is basically, you being inspired and ambitious, but also, having a plan or designing a plan or engineering a plan, for example, and being restless because you have lots of ideas and you're like involved in it, but you want to move ahead on it, but you feel like you need to kind of like wait until the moment is right, for example. The Two of Wands is an energy of envisaging something new. So as I feel, whoever I'm picking up on in this reading, it feels very much like there is something that's tried and tested or familiar to you that you're doing, and you're envisaging either a new way of working. So it doesn't mean that you're leaving a position. It can be that you're thinking about new strategies or new filing systems, new technology, or something that helps you advance that, is a tool. Or it can be you're envisaging a new idea that you want to run ahead with, and you're just like having an appetite for this vision and you're excited, but you need to align with the right moment or the right ingredients before you can move ahead. The Two of Wands is always an energy of like, it's time to wait or take stock on something, or even squirrel yourself away to plan. Okay, so also I would say that there is this energy that perhaps you're going through something that's challenging right now with that Three of Swords in your working industry. And the Two of Wands can indicate, especially with the High Priestess there, it can be that you're uncertain about something, or you're worried about something, worried about the future of your industry, or you're worried about the direction the company or your company is going in. A lot of you, because there's so much technology cards here as well, you could be worried about technology, and you may be learning new things in order to stay relevant in your industry. And that Two of Wands indicates that you may be at a bit of a crossroads right now, and you're holding firm in your position, waiting for something new to come on in. Or if you've taken a test, for example, it can be that you're worried that you didn't pass that test, but I can see that you did, and you're going to be like hitting the ground running and moving forward. So congratulations. I really feel that you win something above everybody else. So even if you've just taken a test, this can be that you get like one of the highest grades, that you are top scorer in something there as well. But the Two of Wands, it can indicate that you have a mindset right now where you are preempting change and challenge, for example, because the mindset is the Three of Swords, and you've become almost comfortable with uncertainty in your industry, and you're trying to just be knowledgeable, be relevant, and kind of be adaptable to change. But actually, I see some of the changes that are coming through are actually super positive for you and align with your vision of where you want to take your career to next. Okay. Also, we've got the Queen of Swords here. Now, the Queen of Swords is, of course, in the resistance position. So for some of you in the working environment, there can be a person, because of course, Queen of Swords is a person. So over the next coming weeks, you may deal with someone who is extra sensitive. Okay. Someone who perhaps their mind is elsewhere. Now, for some of you, it could be you're going through something really private right now, and you're trying to launch yourself into work, and, you're trying to show up for yourself there, and you're being very professional with this card. But also, it can be that part of you is a little bit detached, because the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords there, it can be that for some of you, not all of you, you may be going through a separation or divorce behind the scenes, and you're just showing up to work, bringing your A game, and it gives you a welcome relief, but it's still on your mind. So there may be moments where you're feeling a little bit distracted, but you're back in the room. It's not going to impede on your work in any shape or form, but I do feel like you have a strong alliance in the company, someone you can lean into if you work for a company, you can share what you're going through. This person, I feel, actually has gone through this before, and they actually lend a sympathetic ear, okay? But also, if you work for yourself and you're doing it all by yourself, it can be that you feel like you have no support, but there may be someone that you kind of connect to, whether it's someone that you use as a service for your business, or someone you talk to on the cell phone regarding an order, or whatever it is that you do. It can be that they kind of like mention in passing that they're going through a separation, and that they're having a bad day, for example, and you're like, you know what, I hear you, I feel you, oh my gosh, I'm doing it all right now, and things are challenging, and I'm stressed. got a lot on my mind, and you know what? I'm just getting on by through the day, okay? You could like have a real connection with someone because this card is in the resistance position. If it's in the upright, it means this person is disconnected and they just don't want to hear about it, okay? But we've got it in the reverse, which means this person's very sensitive and kind of like sympathetic to, you know, what you're going through. Or you could be lending an ear to a person and really listening to someone and offering them advice. So it could be someone else who's going through a separation or going through a personal challenge in the working environment, and you could just give them a nugget of advice that really just makes their day. Sometimes, you know, we have to acknowledge that we don't know what another person's going through. They may not be talking about it. I feel certainly you are not talking about this right now if you're going through a struggle, because that Three of Swords is there, and the King of Swords is normally very observant, in judgment mode, as it were, really thinking about something before they act on something or talk about it. So it can be that, you know, this is a period to acknowledge that you're a human being, not just a human doing, okay? And that, of course, sometimes even giving someone a compliment on like the way that they're dressed or the way that they look or on their work or something, it could literally make their day, their year, or their life in that moment. Okay, because I feel there's just a compliment coming through where either you're at a point where you're having like a bad day. We all have them. You know, I'm not seeing anything negative here as your outcome. But what I'm seeing here, Three of Swords, is an energy of like, it's hard right now. You've got a lot on your plate. You may even be taking on extra work at this time. And it's just like you're a pro at what you do, but you're still acknowledging that it's a struggle. And someone could come along and go, you know what, that piece of work you did, that was amazing. It was off the charts. You are incredible. That little pat on the back, it's not that you're looking for validation. You're certainly not seeking validation. But I feel this compliment could make your day because they don't know what you're going through or how you're showing up for yourself to make it through that moment. But also you could give a compliment to someone like that and make their day as well. Okay, so that's just coming through. Now, Queen of Swords, because there's two energies here, if you are in a partnership, a business partnership, there could be someone who resigns, or this could be someone who is a key figure in a company that decides to leave and they're keeping it really quiet. They may actually leave under a cloud. It's something that perhaps only people can guess at. I feel no one's really going to know. That's something that's coming out there. I mean, maybe in the future you may bump into this person and they may tell you something, but I feel there's just a quietness about this. For some of you, this could be you like leaving quietly from a position. Looking at your outcome energy, I don't see a cloud, but there may be one person. I say that, but there's literally like lots of clouds here. I just realized my guide said, but look at the card, there's clouds. There is one person that if you're leaving a position, it could put their nose out of joint. Maybe it means they have to actually do some work. Or perhaps it's they cannot have control over you anymore. So if you're leaving a company, there may be someone who's a little bit like put out by it, but actually you're going on to bigger and better things if that's you, okay? Now, we have the Lover's card. Oh yes, my guides, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful. My guides just basically said you're not talking about some secret plans or you're not talking about something at this time regarding an advancement, and that's the right course of action. That's something that my guides just gave me there. But the outcome energy, the Lover's card, this indicates that perhaps you have to make a decision over the next coming weeks and you're going to make the right intuitive decision. Of course, you're going to be cautious about the decision. You don't want to make a misstep, but all the knowledge, you have it. Yes, it's a challenging decision to make, but the King of Swords indicates you have all the information, you've done your due diligence, you know the right path, and you've got instinct, natural instinct there. The Lover's card indicates you align with the right scenario for you. But also the Lover's card can indicate something that you've been manifesting or working really hard towards accomplishing. With that Knight of Cups, it's yours. It's going to be offered to you. So that can mean that you detach from a way of working. A lot of you are detaching from a usual cycle of repeat, something that's familiar. So it can be that now something bold, new, daring, and exciting comes in. So it could be that you're onto a new exciting project, or you're onto a new department, or, you know, you're focused on something else that gives you this spark. So even if you run your own business, it can be that you are launching a new line of something, or you are revamping something, or you are setting something new up that gives you that creative spark again, and you're actually going to love the outcome. Now, also, The Lover's card, yes, you're going to be thinking about relationships in the working environment. I'm not talking romantic. I'm talking more of people that you align with, network with. So there could be some wonderful networking opportunities coming on in there that help you. But also the Lover's card can be the things that you connect to or the things that you're committed to, because it is a commitment card. So I feel like you're staying on top of your commitments at this time. You're being very diligent. Also rekindling that spark for what you do. You're delivering on time. You're observing your own performance on something, and you keep developing, which is exciting there. A lot of you are signing paperwork. Look for hidden clauses if you're signing anything there, because the High Priestess is there, which can be like something hidden or something you need to be aware of or cautious of. And it can be something that you negotiate a better deal on. So if there's a company merge there and you're offered new contracts, just be mindful. Anything that went before, if you want to keep it in your contract, you have to negotiate it. If they present you with a contract and they nullify anything that went before, then you're starting afresh, which means you have no claim to, like, if you were made redundant, for example, the redundancy starts with the new contract. So if you've worked for a company for 10 years, for example, and you get a new contract because it's your company is merging with someone new, then you don't have access to 10 years of redundancy. It's like from when you started this new contract. So I don't see redundancy here. I want you to be aware. I'm just giving you a highlight of, new contract. Everything that went before is nullified. So just be mindful of that. Now also, I think this is you blending your skill set, because this is a duality card, having second streams of income. Some of you may even start something up with a family member or someone you really trust. Make sure there's a contract so that you're all on the same page there. But the Lover's card is doing two things consistently and, loving it. But also it can be that you're contemplating which path to take. So this may be about priorities over the next coming weeks. And a lot of you, you have the serious stuff that you have to do, but also you may want to do more things that are creative or hands-on, and you can do both, but it's about prioritizing and aligning there as well. Also, I feel a lot of you are refining your goals, really seeing the details, setting specific milestones for you to reach and achieve so that you can break through. So you could actually be breaking things down into steps, a process, and then feel like you've made a real difference. This is a card of you like making an impact in your industry and influencing your circumstances. Also, I feel a lot of you, because you have the Lover's card, which can be connected to a cycle. It can be that you are forming positive habits in the working environment and breaking a cycle of repeat that perhaps has been challenging in order to, lead or be conquering something. I feel this is a leader card, so it can be that you're passionate, you're showing up for yourself, you're leading, but this is the entrepreneur card. So a lot of you are moving towards being an independent worker, or you are suited to being your own boss. So if you're not already, it's something I definitely see you working towards or putting things in motion to accomplish. And if you are your own boss, I feel, it's hard to do it all by yourself. The Hermit indicates, yes, there's moments where you have to withdraw in order to limit distractions, especially, you want to spend time with your loved ones. You may have to find a balance between working really hard and focusing on things that you've got to show up and do, and also spending time with your nearest and dearest, or factoring in, children and their schedules and, your partner if you're in a high level commitment. But the Hermit energy is an energy of enlightenment and new knowledge, and also searching for inspiration. So I feel like you're going to have lots of sudden ideas, maybe even brainstorming with a friend, and suddenly something clicks for you. And then I also feel with this Knight of Cups, something's being offered to you to, give you this breath of fresh air or make you feel excited about the path ahead. This card is a card of encouragement. The universe is encouraging you through opportunity, but also, as I said, there's a compliment coming on in from someone you really respect in your industry. But also I'm getting an energy of an invitation. Now, if you work for a company, it can be that only you or a select few are being given this invitation to either develop or be entered into the inner circle of something for some of you. And if you work for yourself, this could be a networking event or something that you're invited to that is connected to your industry, and you meet someone who opens a door or invites you into a very kind of closed off circle, because I feel like you meet someone who's very influential for you, okay? Oh, my guide said, don't forget about clarifying the pentacles. So let's see if some pentacle cards show up here for you, because my guys just reminded me about the pentacles. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I feel that Knight of Cups is more about you feeling fulfilled, following your heart. We have the Three of Wands, advanced opportunities, and we have the Nine of Swords. I'm going to go one more, see if I can... I feel like sometimes when you're about to do something new, bold, and daring, we get a little bit anxious. Five of Cups. Any pentacles there for my beautiful Virgo? You want to show me the pentacles? And Wheel of Fortune, Six of Pentacles, those two, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so something you're taking action on, and it's like you're aligning with or in your future is going to be a lucky break for you, and it's going to bring in you know, some extra money for you. But the Six of Pentacles normally means that you're maintaining and sustaining finances at this moment in time, and you're watching what you give out as to, you know, opposed to what you get in. That's normally what a Six of Pentacles is all about, keeping things balanced there. But the universe is not leaving you out when it comes to opportunity. There is going to be something aligning with you with that Three of Wands, because you got that Two of Wands there. So it's like as you advance, you're going to see more opportunities come in. This card indicates you're in harmony with your heart's desire and you're on the right path. Okay, then we've got that Nine of Swords. This is a very future-leaning card, so it can be that you're focused on your future plans, and that makes you a little bit nervous or anxious. But, you know, when you're looking at the future plans, they kind of should make you feel a little bit anxious because you're dreaming big. I always say, and this is something that, you know, I think it's even been quoted by very famous people, your big dreams should scare you a little bit because you're reaching for something monumental. And looking at the outcome energy, the Five of Cups can indicate that, you know, in life in general, and this is the truth, sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Sometimes we have to acknowledge what we need to focus on and disregard the rest. So you may be like in a period of review, looking at what is your priority at this time, you know, what drains your energy that actually does not bear fruit in your industry. Can you delegate this? Can you outsource it? Can you find an alternative way to get excited about it or streamline it? And of course, the Five of Cups means some really good stuff is coming on in and you are not aware of it right now. Five of Cups literally has, on the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, a figure lamenting three cups. So you're aware that either you've had a setback or there's been a struggle or there's been a challenge. And you cannot see that two cups, because that figure on that card cannot see the two cups behind them. Two cups, which is basically a deal or an offer. That's what the Lover's card is, a deal, an offer, an opportunity, a co-alliance, or something that you would really love to come on in is aligning with you. You can't see it right now because you're in the Three of Swords energy, but it's about to align with you and you're going to love it. And it can be that you're actually letting go of something in order to embrace something new. But it's destined to come in. It's a lucky break. Wheel of Fortune, your fortune is changing. You are aware that your industry is changing, and you may even lament some of the changes and feel like it used to be easier back in the day, or, you know, there was more opportunity before. But actually, things are about to get better for you, and we have that Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, as I mentioned, is, you know, balancing your finances, making sure there's reciprocity or fair distribution when it comes to your working input and what you get out of it. But also, this normally means a surprise financial opportunity or, you know, some sort of extra income that comes your way through either a bonus, small raise, incentive, commission, that sort of thing. And the Queen of Wands is an energy of having a glow up, being passionate, creative collaborations, or doing more than one thing that brings in extra money. But also this is like having money to kind of like splash the cash, treat yourself. Okay, so I definitely feel that you're being really savvy with your finances, even though it's hard right now, and that you are aligning yourself with an increase. So let's get your final cards here to see what's going on here for you. We have the Matrix revealing the truth. Okay, so you can be really honest with yourself regarding what you're doing right now and how you earn your money, making sure that you align with companies that share your belief system or your morals or your ethics in some way. My guides asked me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Spirit Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? Anything more they need to be aware of at this time? Can you please show them the way? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Spirit Angels. Thank you. So we have, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful. We have in good time. Yeah, there is a little bit of a wait. So for this extra money to come in. But it says here, the Matrix, revealing the truth, sacred work, real career, muse catalyst, and possibilities. So yeah, there are options coming on in here for you, things that you'll have to choose from, but also this is the catalyst for change. You're in the planning stages of something that you're structuring right now. We've also got float away, winds of change. I definitely would say there are winds of change about your industry or about you right now, but it says lofty goals in the clouds. Interesting that I said I don't see you leaving under a cloud, and I don't. I just feel that someone may put, their feelings of resentment on it. Like, I'm not sure. It's like you're getting out and you're doing something really independent or wild and wonderful, and they're stuck where they're at. For this moment, they will change in time. But it says here, drifting, hot air, and quest. Now, I feel more than anything, you're not drifting. Looking at the cards, whoever I'm picking up on may not resonate with all of you. But I feel more than anything, this is about elevating. A lot of you are working super hard so you can take a break, okay? But this can be that, you are intuitively aware of winds of change in your industry, and you're trying to stay on top of that or be ahead of the competition or the changes so that you can kind of be carried away on the winds of change and elevate rather than be swamped by it and, buried by it, as it were. We also have in good time. So yeah, you're going to be organized, efficient, structured, and productive. You're honoring your time. It says, enjoying the moment, no rush, time for all things, be here now, and many chances. You have many chances for prosperity and for advancement in your industry. If something doesn't go your way, whether it's a deal, whether it is, an opportunity, I had to learn this myself. It means the universe is aligning you with something greater. Back in the day, I used to sweat it. I used to be like, oh my gosh, this was my only chance and I just blew it, or it didn't go my way, or they were horrible. Sometimes they were super horrible. But that wasn't the case. The universe was like, relax, trust the process. And then suddenly when I started to do that and got a little more calmer about the whole experience, the universe was delivering stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's just happening. It's just happening. Don't get me wrong. I was showing up and working hard to get it. But at the same time, I wasn't stressing over it. And it says here, spotlight, rich and famous, lucky break. Star power, influencer, and entertainer, okay? I mean, the King of Wands is an entrepreneur, can also be an entertainer, someone who is an influencer. So if you are an influencer right now and it's just hard and you just feel like there's a structure, maybe you're trying to use the internet, or maybe there's changes, rules, regulations, policies changing, you're adapting to these changes, you're still going to have your glow up. You're still going to be noticed for what you're doing. Whatever you are doing, your lucky break, the Wheel of Fortune came out, is on its way. Next 6 weeks, I would say, is you preparing for it. Something coming on in that opens doors for you, but helps you influence and recognize your star power in your industry. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides and Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? So finally, we'll get some trinkets there for you. I'm not going to look at them just yet until I tell you about the competition. If you'd like to enter a competition to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is put an emoji of a candle in the comments box below. And if you don't have access to an emoji candle, just write the word candle and my guides will draw me to one subscriber to win that free personal reading, and I'll announce the winner at the end of September. What's apparent more than ever before, the world needs more light. So, of course, that's why my guides asked me to choose a candle to represent the competition this time round. So, imagine the world in a big old ball of healing light as you put that candle in there. If you can, take a moment to do so, but I'll announce the winner at the end of September. Now, finally, look at this. We've got the snail, which is a slow process, but the snail is on the move. Slow and steady wins the race, okay? But also this snail has its little home on the back, so it's often used for protection, but also, to feel secure in the advancement. So it may be slow moving, but there's a handcuff which is open, and the word freedom, I hope you can see that, is literally written on that handcuff. So this is you moving towards financial freedom, or perhaps, leaving a position that you felt stuck in order to embrace something new and passionate and wild. Whatever it is, I feel like this is a great omen. that you are free either to be your own boss or to be free and independent in your working circumstances. So if you've had someone who's been micromanaging you or, surveilling everything that you do, this person could leave, or this person, could actually draw their attention elsewhere, or maybe you're leaving in order to avoid that. But either way, I feel like you're freeing yourself up from something. It was a slow process, but it's going to be so rewarding and you're going to feel such peace of mind. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates. Thank you so much, and love and light.